If you're a fan of European football, if you like the Premier League, La Liga, Ligue 1, I don't think this video is going to be for you. But if you are a true fan of European football and you like the divisions in Poland, in Russia, in Ukraine, and in Moldova, this is going to be the video for you, because there's been some news recently concerning one of the teams in the top flight of Moldovan soccer, of Moldovan football, FC Floresti. Now, this is a club which has been sanctioned with relegation by Moldovan football authorities. Now, you might be asking, why is that? Well, that decision has been made by that federation's ethics committee. They investigated reports which were based from betting monitoring agencies who noticed suspicious betting patterns with regards to 7 games featuring FC Floresti. Speaking of those agencies, who are they? Well, one of them, as outlined in the report by the ethics committee, is UEFA's BFDS, Betting Fraud Detection System. And they look at 3 main areas of sports betting. They look at Asian handicaps, totals, and 1x2 bets. And I tell you what, looking at the list of games that have been outlined in the report, those 7 games, looking at the scorelines, it makes for absolutely incredible reading. Incredible reading. Let's go through them right now. I mean, the first game they've outlined, on February the 28th, 2021, Floresti drew 4-4 with Spertanza. March 8th, literally just a few days later, they lose 3-2 against Sfontul Gorge away from home. March 13th, again, just a week later, they lose 6-0 against Sheriff Tiraspol, which, to be fair, now this is one of the results which I can totally understand, because not only are FC Floresti languishing at the bottom of the table, but also, Sheriff Tiraspol, I'm sure you will have heard of them, playing in the Champions League at the moment, playing against Real Madrid, Inter Milan, historic, obviously, first season in the Champions League for them, made history for Moldova, even though they're not based in Moldova, they're actually based in Pridnestrovia, but they play in the Moldovan Football Federation's umbrella. But still, even for them, they're obviously a Champions League club now. To be not involved, but to have their name on this list must be a concern, and not exactly, it won't exactly tarnish their image. I don't think a lot has been made of this news. However, it's still not a good look nevertheless. But let's continue with the games. April 12th, a 5-2 defeat at home against Milsami. April 27th, 3-0 defeat against Zimbru. April 30th, 4-0 defeat against Petrokub. July 17th, a 4-0 defeat against Zimbru. Now, I'm not implying anything, but if you can go on YouTube right now and have a look at these games individually. You can watch the highlights and you can make your own judgment whether you see anything dodgy or not, or if it's just a case of poor defending, poor communication, or match fixing. You can make your own mind up. But some of the goals, not all of them, there's a couple of pearlers actually, but some of the goals look suspicious, to say the least. Now, if you look at the league table, you will notice that FC Floresti are bottom of the table. You'll notice that they've got no wins, no draws from 19 games. 19 games, 19 defeats, 12 goals scored, 61 goals conceded. That's minus 49 goal difference. You also see that they're on minus 6 points. Minus 6. You might want, well, this minus 6 doesn't come from this latest decision. This latest decision they've been sanctioned with relegation. There's no points deduction here. There's no minus 20 points and hope that they get relegated. No. This is not any minus points. This is pure. They're going to be playing in Division 2 next season no matter what. Unless, obviously, they appeal. But where's the minus 6 points comes from? I'll tell you. Very interestingly, in June, the same report by the Moldovan Football Federation's Ethics Committee reprimanded the club with minus 6 points for influencing match results intentionally in 5 fixtures across 2020. So this isn't an issue this isn't an issue that's just 7 games this season. This is also 5 games from 2020. Incredible. Now, if I'll run for the scorelines again in the games that have been marked by the ethics committee, it won't leave the same impression as the first 7 did. Still, it's worth reading out. July 3rd, 2020, they lost 3-1 against Dinamo Auto. July 11th, they lose 4-0 against Petrokub. July 22nd, they draw 1-1 with Speranza. July 27th, they lose 2-0 against Sfontul Gorge. August 1st, they lose 1-0 against Sheriff Tiraspol. So these scorelines aren't as bad as the ones we've outlined before, but still they have been marked on this report for influencing match results intentionally. It's not a good look for FC Floresti at all. But the fact that they only got -6 for that, for those offences, is startling, isn't it? For influencing 5 match results, -6 points. That's just over a point per game. This latest findings and this latest sanctioning by the Moldovan football authorities is a lot more sterner. Obviously, sanctioning with relegation. They've been in the top tier for the last 2 years, and they've been mad with these controversies now. So they're going to be going down to the second tier on a very, very poor note. But another thing that I wanted to pull out was a couple of quotes that have come out from this latest case of match fixing in Moldova. The first of this comes from Afi Sheikh, who's the head of Stalized Integrity Services, which is an official integrity partner of Moldova's Football Federation. He said, this is a positive development in the fight against match fixing, and we commend the Moldovan Football Federation for their decisive action. Match fixing cheats the fans and eats away at the integrity of sport, so it needs to be dealt with strongly and swiftly. Star Lizard Integrity Services are happy to work alongside the FMF in protecting Moldovan football, and we are glad to have been able to assist the FMF, the Moldovan Football Federation, with this particular case. Moldovan FA in a statement said, it looks like a call to action really if you ask me, but this is what they said. Please, dear law enforcement officers, footballers, dear supporters, support the Federation in the fierce battle with those who destroy football through acts of corruption related to arranged matches and illegal bets. Only together will we be able to treat the virus in Moldovan football, a virus which has spread all over the world, including our football community. Together for a clean football. That's the message from the Moldovan FA. They didn't take strong action the first time. They did the second time. Will it have an impact? Will it have an effect? We will see with time. Nevertheless, match fixing remains a prevalent issue in Eastern European football. Whether things will change, we will see. But the Moldovan Football Federation will have to be commended for taking this strong course of action. But that's the news from the Moldovan FA, from the Moldovan Football Federation. Very, very interesting story, and we will see how it plays out in the near future.